Broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the BallerAlert Show. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name, BT.
We got Biddy, Botchey, and Abe in the building.
Hey, welcome to the show, fellas.
This is a special show. Biddy saw one that we had with a couple of... Who did we have on the show? Oh, no, we had DJ Cash.
Oh, yeah, we had Cash.
And we
had
were talking about
ATL.
nightlife. Yeah. Biddy was like, we got to get on here, and we need to talk. I was like, well, who you going to bring?
He brought the heavy hitters.
And he brought the heavy hitters.
Architects.
The architects. Yeah. That's the perfect.
That's a good word.
Of the Atlanta nightlife. Biddy in particular was one of the first people to give me a job when I moved to Atlanta. I literally moved to Atlanta because he said, "Yeah, I got you."
That's real.
That's really a terrible thing for someone to say. Yeah, just move everything they got going on. My daughter was 1, dog. I left.
That's
moved
crazy.
to Atlanta. Cause he said, "Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna do the best that I can." And he had me running around in the clubs. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just going all over the place. Whatever he asked me to do, I was doing that. So Biddy Barns, Botchey, Abe. Wow.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourselves.
My name is Mr. Biddy Barns. I'm from the Bronx, New York, and I am one of the architects of nightlife. I've been doing parties since 1992, 93. I started with Al. And then
AG Entertainment.
AG Entertainment. I met him at one of his parties, actually, at Ethiopian Vibrations. And Mike Squibb was like, I want to introduce you to somebody. I think y'all should be friends. And he introduced me to Al. And from that day, we just clicked. And then one day, he introduced me to Abe. And that's where it really started, because Abe gave us Friday nights over there at SO's.
Oh, yeah, I remember I had Friday nights at SO. But go ahead.
What's the first SO?
The first
SO.
Street. What's up, Botchey?
I'm Botchey.
The first Botchey.
Yeah.
I know we got K Botchey.
Yeah. That's so.
But they call you Big Botchey.
Yeah. So me and my brother 2 years apart.
Okay.
We from College Park. Our parents are from Ghana. Botchey's our last name. But I started throwing parties in really high school, but college, I went to West Georgia. Started my entertainment company with my boy Zay. And then it's funny, my cousin Pat.
Oh, yeah,
Pat Russell. Yeah. They used to hold down Georgia Southern. So they had their crew at Georgia Southern called Steady Rising. You had Botchey and Zay at West Georgia. Then our girl Nicole Gardner, she was at Georgia State. And we all grew up together, so everybody threw parties at their colleges. And when we would come home, we had an umbrella company called Certified Crunkness.
Certified.
So through college, we all was the man or woman at their school. And then when we came home, we threw these big parties. So by the time we graduated, we already had a name in nightlife in Atlanta. And so when we graduated, we were still throwing parties, and we already had a crowd. I met both of these guys on our way up. Abe was doing his thing. Biddy was doing his thing with AG. And I think I was like the first young guy who came to them who had a crowd. And from that...
Before social media, before
social media. Yeah. Before we started doing the Texas, you know what I'm saying? The text blast and all that stuff. And then
the truth is, them niggas came out of nowhere. We was like, where did these guys come from?
We came out of nowhere to the Atlanta mainstream nightlife. He's right. But if you were from our side, if you from here and you went to college, anytime doing from 2000 to 2008, you knew about us. And then we kept it going. You know what I'm saying? So, and then from that, graduated to some ownership. So, got Sauce Buckhead. I have a tax office.
Yeah.
Business guy.
So he got a tax office too?
Yeah, I've been doing taxes 15 years.
Oh, that's his shit.
You got to do that bread and butter, baby.
That's the bread and butter.
Yeah, man.
Hey, what's up, sir?
My name's Abe Wossen, Washington, D.C., also known as the Godfather.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I started the business in D.C. I started as a DJ, went up, started promoting, did some clubs in New York, Washington, now Atlanta, and we moved around up and down during Super Bowl, All-Star Weekend. Biddy was there.
He ain't doing it right.
Alex.
Let me do it for him. No, we not doing that. That's Abe Wossen. Abe Wossen started throwing parties in D.C. as a DJ. He went from a DJ, hired a DJ because his door was so busy. He started working at the door. The owners of the club that he worked at told these guys at Kilimanjaro in New York, I got your manager. They sent Abe to New York, and Abe became a manager of Kilimanjaro in 88, 89, which is a huge club in New York at the particular time. That's where Abe learned all of the background of how everything works. This is why all of this shit makes sense. So Abe comes here, he leaves New York, comes to Atlanta. During this time, me and Al had already started doing these little parties or whatever. But then Abe pops in and he has an idea. So Abe walking around the city, he finds SOs. After he finds SOs, he goes to the radio station. I can't remember the person's name he spoke to, and he told him, listen,
Catherine.
There you go. He said, listen, I want to do a live broadcast at my club Essos on Cortlandt Street. And they were like, live broadcast, what is that? They didn't even know. So he said, listen, your partner station, what's that called? Kiss in D.C., call what you call it. They'll explain it to you. They called them. They explained it to him. Abe created the first live broadcast in Atlanta that blew everything up. Then he said, hey, you guys can have the party. I don't even want my name on the radio. Put your name on the radio. That's what the change of the game was.
That's fire.
That's
One
my
time for
promoter
Abe,
right
man.
there.
That's fire right there. Yeah, we gotta get some snaps for that.
All right, so I want to start with Abe because a lot of people, I've never had a problem with Abe. Abe treats me very well. I don't know why, but people be like, man, Abe is an asshole. Fuck Abe. Damn, Abe, what the hell you did to piss people off?
You know,
because you treat me very well.
no, let me tell you something. It's the nature of the business, okay?
Okay.
People don't understand. The nightlife is really a business. I run it as a business, all right? So, per se, you come to the door. I say, yo, you got to pay. Now I'm an asshole, right? You come to the club, let's say if we have some rules and regulation, yeah, man, you can't come, you have a dress code where we have this and that. You're an asshole. You know, this business, you can't have everybody love you. Otherwise, you ain't gonna make money.
It's true.
You know? So people take it personal. I could never understood why they think the nightlife, per se, the club business, is just a game. So I usually ask people, say, yo, what do you do for a living? Blah, blah, blah. So let me ask you a question. You work in a store, men's store, or, clothing store. If I come there, ask, give me a free jeans, will you do it? No, I can't. I can't do that. Well, I can't let you in for free because at the end of the night, I got to pay security. I got to pay DJ. I got to expense. If I'm not going to make money, you're not going to stand there and say, yo, Abe, here, let me chip in. You'd be like, I'm out. So when you don't give people the way what they want, all of a sudden you kind of, they'll see you as an asshole. So like I said, I'm not in this business to be loved or this. I respect my customers. I love the business, but I have rules and regulation. Obey the rules and regulation. That's it. I don't know if you want to chime on this, but
I mean, when I first met Abe, I thought he was on some bullshit at first too. Nah, I'm gonna keep it real. I did, but what I learned as I got older, a lot of people didn't respect what we do as a real business. You see what I'm saying? So,
thank you.
And the difference between me and him, when we came in the game, a lot of our friends was our core audience at first, right? So if I've been letting you in, Ferrari, since we've been in school, now you see me like, damn, Botchey, I told such, why can I get in? So typically I would let that person in. But then when I learned is it is a business and you got to respect this shit as a business. And a lot of people don't. You understand what I'm saying? So if you got a party with 500 people in there and you done let in 250 people, you look around, you think you done made some money. At the end of the night, you count the money. Like, what the fuck? You let everybody in free. So what I learned from Abe and Alex, Biddy, and people who are a little bit more vet in the game than I was, you got to treat this shit like a business from the jump. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to like me, but you can respect me. And in this game, respect goes further than liking somebody. Because you always hear about such owner, damn, we finna go over here. All right, fuck it. Let me get my money because I don't even want to deal with this shit at the door. But then you got your man party over here. Oh, boy, we good over here. We finna. At first, I used to be the good person. But then you want to be the respected person because that's how you make your money. Because guess what? At the end of the day, 2 or 3 years, these people that was coming into your party, that was your friend, you ain't going to hear from them. They don't give a fuck about you. You see what I'm saying? So it's business at the end of the day. So that's just what it is.
Do you guys think hookah changed the way how parties are? Because now that I see hookahs and sections more than the dance floor. does that create more money for you to get, or is the dance floor? How do you guys,
the dance floor ran away. So in Atlanta, and correct me if I'm wrong, the landscape of the music controls the nightlife.
Correct.
All right. So when you saw a dance floor in Atlanta clubs, they was making musics where you were dancing.
Correct.
Right. But then when the music changed, and it was less about dancing, and it was more about popping bottles, being VIP.
Trap music.
There you go. Then the music dictated the way you ran your club. So it was about VIP and buying sections. You understand what I'm saying? And then the hookahs came into the game too. And I think, no disrespect, nowadays rappers rap about using the drugs instead of selling the drugs. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole nightlife experience has changed because the music has changed.
That's a good take.
I want to tap into that a little bit. The consumer controls what happens at the club. You guys have to know that, right? And so in 2003, Vision opened. I think that Vision was the greatest thing and the worst thing all at the same time. Because prior to Vision, Atlanta has two worlds, Atlanta and then everybody else, right? And so people from Atlanta always partied where they was from. South side, west side, east side, north side. And then people who transplants who came here for school, work, whatever, they partied Midtown, Buckhead, and shit like that. In 2003, when I opened Visions, it was a big club. So it collapsed everybody all into the same place. And then when he started doing parties with trappers and Jesus and all that, then it made people who were south side, east side, west side, who wouldn't come into the city, gave them a reason to come into the city. So after a while, niggas didn't want to dance no more. They wanted VIP sections. Even the regular person that had a 9-to-5 job, that it really wasn't for them. They wanted to be a part of that. They wanted to be in a section and pop a bottle.
Hold on a minute. No, Vision, we had a dance floor. Actually, as a matter of fact,
there was.
We had two dance floors.
But that was
the one up there in the bottom.
But Vision was also the place that had about 90 VIP sections in it.
True, but it
and
still
that
was a
created
dance floor.
a reason for regular people who never bought VIP sections, because prior to Vision, there was Velvet Room. In the Velvet Room, there was a big dance floor and VIP sections. Regular people didn't buy sections in there. Only VIP people bought sections. Football players, basketball players, hustlers. At Vision, 9 to 5 people bought sections.
Okay.
And the sections, here's the key. The sections was elevated. So
I like
when
that.
you on the dance floor, I look up to see who in VIP.
Right.
And when I'm in VIP, I look down to see who on the dance floor.
Do you
So
think
just
that's
think about that.
condescending, or was that?
Nah, that was
cool?
done on purpose.
Okay.
If I'm gonna pay extra, I need to be seen, and the people that see me gonna be below me. So that's just how it is.
All right,
You see what I'm saying?
let me break it down from my point of view, okay? And I'm gonna break it down from both, from the club owner side, and from the customer side.
Okay.
Okay. The nightlife. People keep saying, I know we're from Atlanta. We talk about Atlanta. As far as the nightlife, I'll be honest with you, the nightlife is dying all over. You guys, I have some club owners elsewhere. You tell you're slow, blah, blah, blah. Part of it could be financial. People don't have money. In Europe, a lot of big clubs are closing down. They're blaming the social media. They're saying a lot of young people don't want to go to the clubs no more. They'd rather stay on the social media.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, a lot of clubs are shutting down. As far as here, home, club owners, let me tell you from what I've seen. Club owners, first things first, they don't run the business like business, right? 2, they forgot the customer service. They don't give no customer service.
Talk about it.
3, gouging. They think, there are a lot of club owners just got into the clubs because Atlanta is probably one of the easiest places you can get a liquor license. I can go find a building, slap some painting, some lights, put some sofas, sound system, go get a liquor license. If I can't get a liquor license at a nightclub, I can get a liquor license, a restaurant license, open it and run it as a club. Parking, ownership, charging people $40, $50, $60 to park.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay. When I say club owners, let me include the staff. The staff, they don't get enough training how to handle a customer, give them customer service. DJs, they don't care about their art. They come and just play whatever they want to play, this and this and that. That's from that part. Now let me take you from the customer point of view. The customers are confused. They don't know what the fuck they want. They don't come to the clubs to party anymore. Like Botchey say, partially, I think the problem is the music. The music has been coming out the last, 5, 6 years?
10.
10 years? You can't even party to it. That's why, if you notice, a lot of R&B nights are getting popular now in the city because you can dance to it.
That's true.
Okay? And the customer don't know what they want. They want to come to your club 1 o'clock just to party for 1 hour. That shit is crazy. You know,
it's crazy.
Jermaine Dupree the other day posted something saying, yo, can you please, if you book me from now on as a DJ, see if the crowd can come there 12 o'clock.
So he told him, book me for 12:30. I want to be on D. Don't put me to DJ at 2
that's what
o'clock.
JD said?
Yeah,
Yeah,
JD said he's
that.
right. People shot me, yo, when I opened the door 10 o'clock, from 10 to midnight, 12:30 is nothing. So, you know, I have a saying, it's like, oh shit, the airplane landed. It's like, you feel like everybody's coming at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, so it goes back to my point again. You know why that is? Because everybody wants to be VIP. I keep telling you, when the opportunity came for a regular person to feel like he was special, they wanted to opt all the way in. The regular person doesn't come to the club. He don't have to have no money. He not coming till 1:30. The fuck you doing, nigga?
Hold
You
on a
need to be
minute.
there at 10.
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Open bar.
The promoters, your promoters, when we used to promote,
9:30 we have to be at the club.
we used to show up at 9:30 at the club, make sure everything's right, make sure the sound is there, make sure the DJ's there, boom, 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 before we open the door. Now, you promoters, they don't even show up to 1 o'clock. I'm like, yo, what are you, celebrity? You just walking 1 o'clock.
To be honest with you, though, the difference between when you started, even when I started, and now is two things.
Go ahead.
The main one is saturated. And what I'm saying is all the promoters, ex-promoters in Atlanta are owners now, right?
True.
That's number one. So it's too many clubs. It's too, like when I was going to Visions and buying sections, you went to Visions on this day, you went here on this day. You didn't have a bunch of options.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing
I said that one time.
I think you said it. The biggest thing is social media. I'm gonna break this shit down. Back in the day, right? In order to be seen, in order to see what's going on, in order to hear from somebody, you got to be there.
Yep.
Oh, you ain't come last night. But
You
now
missed
with
it.
social media, right?
You can see it.
Everything in the palm of your hand.
You saw what you missed last night.
So I was just talking to this lady, and she was telling me about how her son goes in his room and don't come out. I said, my son do the same thing. I said, why he got to come out, though? Because everything he needs is in his hand. If you ain't go to the party last night, you can see it on social media. If you want to see what Ferrari was wearing last night, you can go to your Instagram. You see what I'm saying? If you want to see what everybody talking about, you visit a blog site. Back in the day, you ain't have to do that. You had to be there. You don't got to be there now because it's all in your hand. That's what's really killing nightlife. You
And
get
it's
what I'm
cheaper.
saying?
It's cheaper.
And nowadays, less is more. So you want to be in intimate settings. Like when I go out, I don't want to go out where it's 200 people on my back, I'm smelling like weed, I got to stand in fucking line. Like, you don't want to do that shit. You want to go somewhere where it's cool and where it says it's a vibe.
Kickbacks.
You see what I'm saying?
The rules are borrowed.
Less is more.
With the plug.
That's why we got Sauce. It's a small lounge because that big shit is dead. Like, nobody want to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's to be honest, right now, no shade, the people who really club, like for real, are young people or people who haven't experienced it before. You know what I'm saying? Even y'all, like, y'all was here when Jeezy was throwing parties, BMF parties, or whatever you want to call it. That era,
It's never coming back.
Why we surprised?
It's nothing like it.
Every generation, things change.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
this generation,
things have changed
the
right now.
technology now is like it's never
Technology's
been before.
disrupted the entire system.
Like, I'll give y'all an example. These motherfuckers was coming out with silent parties, bro. Yeah. You remember that? That was the thing. A silent party.
That's right.
So just to think about a motherfucker come to the club, give you some headphones,
And you ain't got to talk.
and everybody's partying, and we not talking to nobody.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is that?
'Cause-
But at the same time, that's what we headed though.
I will remember one time, I'll never forget, it was a New Year's Eve party I was hosting, and everybody in the club was on their phone.
Exactly. Yeah.
People were having a good time, but people were like this, having a good time. And I was like, damn, put the phones down.
Yeah, I
What's
don't like
happening is
that.
all the people that's on their phone, they making it easier for the motherfucker
For
who
other
didn't
people
come
to see what's going on.
to see what's going on.
But
And another thing too, it makes you antisocial. Hookah.
Everybody's antisocial. Think about
Life
this.
is
right?
antisocial.
But
What do you mean?
That's why there's the merge of social media. You don't gotta be social.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You like the girl, you won't say nothing to her, but you're gonna like her post all
Or
day.
you gonna DM her.
But you don't have
You won't talk to her face to face.
Nah.
Exactly.
You see her face to face, you going the other way.
Guess what? She can deny you. She can deny you on technology. You good. But if she tell you to your face, like, man, what the fuck? I ain't talking to you.
Yeah.
You saying that shit hit different.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That shit
But
real
if you don't get a reply on the DM and you done DM 100 girls, as long as you get 2 or 3 back, you good. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if you won't go out and talk to 100 girls, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's, in my opinion, that's really what it is.
Shit, half the time niggas don't know how to talk to girls anymore in the club.
Well, you know what I've noticed just this past year is I've noticed it used to be like where people would go to the club and they'll be happy to bring 10, 15 girls to the club. Now I'm like, man, where y'all girls at? You know what I'm saying? It's like dudes in the section with 7, 8 dudes. I'm like, where y'all girls at?
You know what that means though, right?
Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me.
All right, cool. They can't afford it.
That's what I said.
Hear me out.
Good one.
If the dudes with the bag, he can buy the section by himself and control who comes in the section. When you see 800 people over there, 10 of them split $1,000. That's right. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. 9 to 5ers, but back to that thing I said.
Section 2,000, you got 10 boys put up $200 a piece. Right. Now you're at the door crying for extra wristbands because it's a sausage party in your section.
But
I
mean,
that's the truth.
Hold on, Botchey. But hear me out though.
Bars.
People don't understand.
Some
People don't understand. They have to get this mind. You don't have to be in the section.
Yes, you do.
No, hold on a minute. No, things have to change though. You don't have to be in the section.
It ain't about what you say. It's about the females. A female's not gonna talk to her by sitting at the bar.
And this is what I'm gonna say.
Buying a few beers. True, but she want the guy buying bottles.
But yo, for real. You can come to a club. If you don't have a section, post up by the bar. Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy. You don't have it, you can't afford it, right? Meet one girl, buy a couple drinks, and just talk to her.
That's true.
Let me say something real quick. I was raised, and I feel like I have really good OGs around me, Biddy being one of them. I was raised and taught that a party is ran and circulated around women. I feel like if they show up, if you cater to them, it's going to create a great atmosphere for everyone to have a good time.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's why he said the R&B parties is working.
When
we were doing cassette, right?
Yeah.
The whole thing Hannah created and Kenny Burns, we created cassette was to give you an experience about something that you had back in the day. That's why the artists were nostalgic artists. That's why it was really about R&B, mostly because if the women have a good time, everybody else is going to have a good time.
There you go.
Yep. And so if the women is on the dance floor singing, dancing, or doing whatever, then the guys going to come too. If it's an R&B party, you can't look all that tough at the R&B party and you singing fucking Jodeci. You understand what I'm saying? So which one is it? So what I'm saying is not for real. So the R&B party, if it's done right, it's supposed to create that atmosphere where everybody's having a good time.
To me, that's the most fun parties now because it's just.
But guess what? When you go to an R&B party and you drinking, what do you start doing?
Start singing.
Exactly.
And
right?
you actually
socialize.
You have a good time, but I don't like these fake R&B parties.
Here you go.
And when I talk about these fake R&B parties, they say it's an R&B party,
and then they play trap music.
And you go there
up around
and
2 o'clock.
I'm like, yo, where's the R&B? Y'all play trap for 2 hours and play R&B for 30 minutes to get us to walk through the door.
Because you know what? A lot of DJs, there's not a lot of DJs.
That's called
know how to play R&B all night long.
You right?
Depending who the DJ is.
You gotta have a real deep bag.
We gonna get into that. Who got music knowledge? Who knows music?
But Atlanta now is not a club town; it's a restaurant town.
So let's
said that. Go ahead, though,
but let's also do this, right? Another big problem is that promoters don't know the role of what a promoter is supposed to be and do.
What promoters? Right? Promoters don't even exist no more.
So right,
don't say that. I'm not gonna say that.
That's kind of true.
Don't do that. Yo, chill. You're an owner. Don't say that.
What? No. Hold on a minute. Don't get me wrong. What I'm about to say. There's a lot of them. Let me rephrase it. A lot of them, they call themselves a promoter. They're not promoters.
They're just influencers.
That's true.
Yeah. Let me tell you. One of my promoters. I told you this, Biddy, didn't I? Right. One of my promoters. Usually with promoters, we give them, comp hookah, comp bottles. I saw a promoter of mine surrounded with girls in his section, smoking the hookah, drinking the bottles, and on Instagram. So I'll call him. I say, listen, the house is almost full. Go around, shake people, say thank you for coming, meet some new people, and so forth.
Nah, people don't do that.
You
no
know
more.
what he told me? I'm not a promoter. I told him, what are you? He said, I'm lifestyle specialist.
Oh shit.
I don't know what that shit means. I said, Kenny Burns?
It wasn't Kenny though.
Wasn't Kenny
Yeah, I
though.
was like,
But you know what
wasn't
I'm
Kenny.
saying? Kenny has a right to say that.
For sure.
Right.
So that's when I say, yo, these people came to support you. Yes, but at least the least you can do is just go around, give them some dap, say thank you for coming
sure.
out, blah, 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 and go back to your seat.
So I'm
But
going to
the
say
dude was
something to
sitting
you,
there
Abe.
like a celebrity.
Abe,
You know,
can you be mad? Can we be mad, right? This is the truth, and this is the super truth. Maybe, right, just maybe, that the early promoters worked so hard and did the job so well that people wanted to be promoters, not to be promoters, just to get the look that promoters got. They could care less about the business. They could care less about the money. But maybe they wanted the look so they can get girls and attention and stuff like that. Because for all intents purposes, where I come from, promoters, you have three elements, right? If you got a couple people on your team, somebody's the cool guy that attracts the people.
That's true.
And then you got the guy that handles the business. And then you got the guy that's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that the event runs right during the process. Now it's just people, people not putting up their own money to do parties no more. They work with the club, somebody's handling it, and they're just waiting for a little payout. Hey, oh, you got 220, here's 270 for you, here's 250. You can't sustain off that, so you got to go get a job.
No, you know what, Biddy? I think the problem, the art of promotion, the generation never passed it to the next generation. And then a lot of things have changed.
I don't agree with that.
No.
Social media has changed it.
both of
Remember,
y'all-
hold on, guys.
go ahead.
How many flyers have you done? How many flyers? Now social media is, like you say, it's a click away. But they're being more personal,
That's what I was gonna say.
thanking the customer.
Customer
Shaking
service.
hands, customer service.
customer
You said it.
What's wrong with that?
You said it.
But y'all all, both of y'all are right. What it is it's saturated one.
Yes.
So when
That
it's
too.
so much of the same thing, people do less. And also when I was promoting, I'm sure when you guys were promoting, there was a personal element to it. Like you pass out a flyer or you text or call a person. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
But now I can post it on my page and you see it and then you come. Versus me personally inviting you to something.
That don't
if
even work no more.
Like listen, if you go to my page and you saw an event I was doing, you'd be like, damn, I might come. But if I call you like, Rory, hey, I really need you at my spot. Or if I drive to your studio, your office or whatever, and I hand you an invitation like, bro, I need you here,
Feel
that
obligated.
means
I'm gonna
something.
be more inclined to,
Exactly.
to
But
stop what I'm doing and come.
When it was, the days they talking about, that's what people was doing.
Yeah.
You had to do that though.
And it wasn't that many parties, bro. So if I miss Biddy's party at Velvet Room or Abe's party at SO or whoever you want to call it, or Botchey Certified College Reunion Party, if I miss that event, I may not get to go to that event again for the next few months or the next year. You see what I'm saying? But when it's every week, it's the same shit. It's the same. You're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No originality.
And
No
also,
originality.
we partied so early for so long. Like by the time I started my freshman year in college, right? By the time I graduated college, I was damn near partied out. Because we No.
I've been in the club since I was 19.
Yo, listen to me. So you was tired of it, right? And so most of our generation, no matter if you're in your 50s, your 40s, or your late 30s, they partied a lot in their 20s. So now they want something different, especially when it's everybody doing it. Like, damn, he doing a party too? Yo, I got to do something else, bro. Like, this motherfucker, God, it's too much. So now you want something different. You know what I'm saying? And so in Atlanta, the restaurants is more of an experience. But guess what? You can go to the restaurant, you can eat good, you can drink
And you
good,
can catch a vibe.
catch a vibe, and a lot of them got DJs.
And you're going to get better customer service,
The
too.
parking is cheaper.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And that same
$10.
Listen, that
$5.
same $250, $200 budget you had to go to the club, oh, now you doing
And
something.
you full.
You full, you
But
can
wait,
buy some drinks
I got something for
somebody.
everybody.
Yeah.
And this is a good one. What dictates or what determines paying the DJ the fee that they want?
Brand value, meaning that you know that the DJ, one, when he posts it and he puts it on his page, his followers are going to pay attention to that. Two, he doesn't just DJ at the club. He actually sits in a space that is his own, that you like, nah, if you want somebody, then you call what's his name for that. He's a specialist. He ain't just, I could DJ a reggae party, or I could DJ a hip-hop party, or I could DJ your R&B party, or your Afro beats, I could do that too. But what is your specialty? What do you do great?
You
Stay
know,
there.
Biddy, what's her name, posted regarding the DJ, Jan thing the other day. half of the DJs, they don't even post where they're going to be at. They don't even promote where they're going to be at, okay? And at the same token, too, I blame ownership. You know, they used to be from New York. There were some DJs that diehard followers. Oh, what's the name's going to be here? SNS going to be here. Kid Capri's going to be here. Flex going to be here. Soso's going to be here. Atlanta, the DJs never bothered to promote it themselves. At the same token, ownership never bothered to promote the DJs. So as a DJ, your name is your brand. You have to create your own brand and your followers. And when you're DJing, truth to be told, take it as your skills. Mm-hmm. It's amazing how, even though, mind you, most of them, some of them are producers, it's amazing how the EDM DJs, they get paid $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a night. And our hip hop DJs don't get not even
well.
You know, but they don't get me wrong. Hold on, they produce, the EDM DJs produce, but a lot of DJs, some DJs, they don't take it seriously. They don't take the art, meaning they have to probably DJ every night because the pay's not that great.
There you go.
When they DJ every night, they play the same set. I've seen.
I hate that when you know like, okay, he's about to play this, and then what time is it? Oh, he's about to play this.
We know you mix. Yeah, we know you mix.
I want to hear about you.
I've seen DJs too, my nigga. Listen, they put a record on, put that fucking hookah in their mouth, let that bitch play all the way to the end, then switch it, and then get back. I said, yo, what's wrong with you?
He's not lying.
He said move it from the left side to the right side of his mouth.
Yo, he had to wait till the song finished to move the
He's right.
Yo, they get on the mic and say, I need refill on charcoal.
Hey, that's disrespectful, bro.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
keeping it real.
Biddy.
Biddy, you know shit.
Botchey, what up, man?
Hey, but listen. He's right though. But at the same time, hey, a DJ actually has to play good music. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like that's what's gonna make a
They got
motherfucker
no
want
music
to.
though, Botch.
I know. Listen, what I'm saying. First of all, in the DJ's defense, when a DJ, and this, I'm no shade towards you or whoever, when a DJ gets paid what he's supposed to fucking get paid, he's gonna do everything you want him to do.
For sure.
Half of the time they taking pay cuts. Okay. So when I take a pay cut, you're not gonna get my full. It's just like an artist. You want me to perform, or you pay me to walk through. So if you pay me a walkthrough price, I'm not touching the fucking mic. But if you give me my rate for my show, then I'm gonna give you everything that you want. That's number one. Number two.
No, I want you to stop on one. I want to respond to number one. So I want to talk about DJ Castro. I don't want to throw you off. Hold your thought.
All right, go ahead.
If you're a DJ, you believe in yourself, don't take the rate you don't like. Don't take it.
Thank you.
Some of them have no choice.
DJ
Some of them
Cash,
have no choice.
DJ Cash is my man. I watched him, and he was like, Biddy, I was offering too little. I don't want that. I need this much money. He said, nah, I'm not taking that. Why y'all laughing? I'm just telling the truth. The truth is the truth.
Go ahead, Botchey.
No, he's right. He ain't right.
And
Cash,
so
listen, Cash ain't budging on that price.
Take the money. He went his own way, and look at him.
That's true.
But
that goes back to what I say.
Crazy.
When you pay a DJ what he's supposed to, you're gonna get out of him what you're supposed to get. That's number one. And number two, some of these motherfuckers ain't real DJs. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, nigga, shame on you. If you gonna pay this motherfucker and you're gonna allow him, Abe Wossen, who don't play shit, allow him to smoke that hookah and play them records, he shouldn't have been DJing the next week.
But the problem is, Botchey, most of them do.
Most of them what?
They smoke. They smoke
What
hookah.
I'm saying is, if he's smoking hookah and he's not doing his job correctly, and it's not good,
believe me,
find somebody else. Because guess what? I ain't seen Mars smoke no goddamn. DJ Mars ain't smoke no hookah up there, right?
No.
That's Cash. I ain't seen Cash smoking no hookah.
They don't smoke.
But you got to understand, you get what you pay for.
That's fact.
And that's what
That's
a lot
the whole
of people.
point that I'm making.
Yeah, and a lot of those DJs, they take the low price because
they DJing 5 times a week.
That's all
6.
they got.
Sometimes 3 times in one night.
Damn.
Yeah,
exactly.
I've
So
seen
if you dilute your brand, right, and you going with, I'm going over quantity versus quality. If that's what you want to do, then that's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
The worst mistake you can make in this space is chase the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of people don't understand. This is business too. A lot of people, and this gonna go back to club owners. A lot of people, and I'm in the financial space a little bit, so I can see this. A lot of people don't understand how business works, and a lot of people do things they can't afford to do. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, so when you're a club owner, restaurant owner, lounge owner, right? When you open your business, you're supposed to raise or get enough money to where the business can run itself. You can't try to live off the business at first, because when you try to live off the business, you compromise the business.
Can't grow
for financial gain. So sometimes if you got an investment and I don't know, the lounge costs $250,000 and you get up $250,000, you think you made it. No, motherfucker. You got to keep enough money in that account that if that bitch closed for 3-4 months, you're still okay. That's what people don't realize, because it takes time to grow a business. Anything sort of like a DJ too. You know what I'm saying? So
and these are vanity businesses. And we don't realize that these are businesses that most people don't take on till after they're super successful.
And at the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur, but we all are entrepreneurs, right? But nobody really sat us down and told us how to start a business, how to run a business, and how you're supposed to properly do that business. So sometimes you jump into something and don't know what the hell you're doing. That's why a lot of these owners, you know, they place be open today and be closed tomorrow, because they don't know.
They living off the land. And one of the things that I want to say is that you living off the land. It's like, I just want to know the difference with this parking, because this parking is a big deal. Why when you go to an urban club, it's $60 a park, sometimes $100 a park. Then if you go to like a, you know, an EDM club,
$10 to park.
$10 to park.
I can answer that, because we pay the shit.
Thank you.
If we all came to that spot, that club, that venue, the 200-300 people that's showing up, 500 people, we're not paying the parking and shit. Guess what? That shit'll change tomorrow. Because if you went to a Caucasian event and you told the motherfuckers $50 to $100, they're gonna make a U-turn.
They're going home.
Or
they're going home.
You're not even going to tell them.
They're going to all show up in Ubers.
About people forgot when I first moved here.
But it's not always the club owner, though. They both own places, too. They own places. It's not always the club owner, because in Atlanta, the way it works is
someone can own the parking lot.
When you get a building in Atlanta, you don't necessarily own the parking lot. Somebody else owns the parking lot.
Yeah, but at the same token, you can, as a club owner, you can go to it might work, it might not work. You can go to the parking people and say, hey, listen, we're not going to get no customers because we're overcharging. So hopefully that parking owners will understand and bring the price down, because otherwise, both of you going to lose. Ain't going to be no customers. You ain't going to have no goddamn money.
Yeah, I don't be understanding that, because like when we...
And then a lot of times he ain't going to tell you all the... Sometimes the owners get a cut too.
And that's what I figured, because when we moved to our new space for R&B Wednesday, and when I got there, the ballet guy know me. He was like, "Yo, it's $60." I said, "Why are you charging $60 to a place that nobody's ever been? Nobody's ever been here."
Yo, man,
I've been tell everybody go home.
I don't want to name a club. I've been to a club. They try to charge me on the street. I say, yo, this city of Atlanta property, how the fuck you going to charge me? And they backed off. Because I know the rules.
I know what club you talking about.
I don't want to name the club. They want to charge on the street. Come on,
they suffering too, though. A lot of these valet companies, they suffer because everybody's catching Ubers, or people done got smart.
Man, I don't believe in the valets at the club, man. Let somebody go park their car and walk to the club. Why you charging people $60? Then they gotta get to the door.
Don't pay it, because I remember when I first moved here in Atlanta, when they used to boot your car, they used to charge you according to your car. If you're driving a Benz, they'll tell you $250. If you're driving a Honda, they'll charge you this much. Then eventually, the city complained and the mayor say, fuck this shit.
But it's
I remember when you didn't have to pay to park nowhere. And I'm talking about for years. You could park street.
But you know what? It's a lot of money in Atlanta too, though.
Yeah.
So a lot of these VIP customers you talking about, they got nice cars. Yeah. So when your car nice, I do want to pay and park in front.
Yeah, they pay.
Guess what?
I want to be in the front.
Guess what? When that customer is talking to that girl, right, and they get out the club, it's cold outside, and she walk right in his car. You know, that's better than, oh man, I park where? You park where?
Nah, not really. When you come out the club,
they pull it up.
Your shiny car in the front it's a good look.
It's a good look. Yeah. And guess what? I don't know what y'all drive, but it's somebody in this Maybach or this Rolls Royce truck or this Benz that's willing to pay to park in the front. And that's okay, because that's for those people. Yeah. So if you got 10 spaces, you say, look, everywhere is free, but these spaces right here, but when it's 60 to park in the back, that's disrespectful.
It's like 60 to park in the back, and then you want to park in the front, it's 100.
Yeah.
What?
So people tell you, go to Atlanta, you can get rich. That's all this is, what y'all are talking about. It's everywhere you turn, someone's trying to price gouge somebody for something. A bunch of black people on our own people, just to say, yeah, I'm that guy.
But don't get it twisted. We're talking about, this whole conversation is about why we think the club experience, nightlife in the club, has dwindled down. But on a better, more positive note, Atlanta is the only place of its kind in the world where a black man can have a black-owned business and do good for himself. So some of these things we
just have to raise the bar, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? The bar is just way too low.
The bar is way too low, but we accept it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to, because we gotta wrap. It's a mental health check-in. I want you guys to, that's your cameras. You know, just share what mental space you're in right now, and just leave like with some positive words.
Every day I pray. Every day I meditate. Every day I do quiet time, because I've learned and understood how important it is to understand where you are mentally every day. I don't think that we understand the depths of depression and struggle and the different aspects that we all as people go through. I suggest that everybody take the time to connect with yourself, because if you don't and you're in a dark place, anything is possible. Anything. Take time for yourself.
Appreciate that.
I pray as well. I disconnect sometimes too. I think as an entrepreneur, being an entrepreneur since school, a lot of people don't realize the mental capacity that we take on, because especially when you're an entrepreneur in the nightlife or any business where you always have to seem that you're doing well, people don't take the time to ask how you doing, because, oh, that's Botchey, he's straight, I know he good. Nah, sometimes you're not good. But as a result, you got to do what makes you happy. You got to take the time to have some me time for yourself, because that's very important. A lot of people don't understand all the shit you see on social media. 90% of it is fake. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need to compare yourself to anybody else, because that person may be doing just as worse than you are. You know what I'm saying? But mental health is very, very important. I always try to tell my son, I try to tell my daughter, I try to tell the youngest around me, you have to be grateful for what you have, because somebody's always doing worse.
Appreciate that. OG.
Right about now, I need K-Botch for this one.
The best for last.
Yeah. Now, life is up and down. You know, you go up and down. It's a struggle, but don't give up. Be consistent. Have a good work ethics. And please, talking about city of Atlanta, please, our people, let's love one another. You know, in our business, in the clubs, if there's some issues, walk away. It ain't worth killing somebody for a nightclub you can't get in, or your ego, or your ex-girlfriend with somebody else. And it ain't worth it. Walk away. That's all I have to say. Walk away. And let's just respect one another. That's it.
Last thing. If somebody out there who's probably on drugs, who drinks real bad, we've all lost people to gun violence. And one thing I'm definitely going to say is drugs and alcohol are not meant to be mixed. So I don't condone drugs, but if you're going to use drugs, don't mix. Because I've had people who got killed by somebody because they were on this, they were on that, they were drinking this, and it led to them doing something they didn't even realize they were doing.
Egos, too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, appreciate you guys, man. Anything, BT, we good?
Yeah, man, we good. This was a great conversation,
I can't wait for these clips to clip up, man.
Yeah, sure.
BallerAlert, peace.
Yeah.
BallerAlert.